This! If you prick us, do we not bleed? If you tickle us, do we not laugh? If you poison us, do we not die? If you watch our production of The Merchant of Venice, do we not be incredible? Come on. Ah! Ha ha! My eager charges! It is so nice to be a part of a professional production. Look! The handsome Bassanio.
When rehearsal's supposed to start at 9?
Don't get your breeches in a knot. It's only 11.
9 yesterday.
If you wrong us, shall we not revenge?
What?
Nothing. The Merchant of Venice. A dark, comedic, controversial concoction about money, justice, and meaty revenge. It's my role as the director to deliver the complexities of its characters. Like Shylock, the vengeful Jew, whose characterization reflects the attitudes of the time.
Why dost thou whet thy knife so earnestly?
To cut the forfeiture from this bankrupt there. I play Shylock.
Trey, there are some interesting casting decisions in this production. Why did you cast yourself as Shylock?
Why is the sky blue, the grass green? Why does my brother Trevor always give me bad reviews? Is it because I'm living the dream as a successful theatre director and he isn't? It's not like I lay in bed cursing his name as I fall asleep every night, or write about it in my diary every day, about how I want his respect. I'm sorry, what was the question?
I'm Bassanio. He's a cool guy, a snappy dresser, and charming. Wait, is it the right casket because it's the right choice? Or is it the right casket because it's on the right of stage? He's a total catch. Just like me. He's the one who borrows money from this rich merchant dude, Antonio. People think Bassanio isn't good with money, but I think he's living life to the max. Which is what I'm about to add to my dating profile. Yeah! Tis not unknown to you, Antonio, how much I have disabled mine estate.
By something showing.
By something showing a more swelling port than my faint means would grant. Continuance.
Portia, another fascinating character, sees herself as a prisoner, trapped by her father's edict. She waits for a suitor to choose the right casket and release her from a life of suspense. At first, she's passive. She puts the casket lottery result to chance and fate, trusting her true love will help her suitors win the lottery. Portia! 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 Hello?
Portia's a trickster. She's funny. She's an unlikely Shakespearean heroine. At the beginning, she shows no resourcefulness. I mean, she's bound by her father's wishes. But as the story plays out, she shows how clever she is, how witty she is. Oh, me, the word choose. I may neither choose who I would nor refuse who I dislike. So is the will of a living daughter curbed by the will of a dead father. It's the first time I've had a lead role. Previously, I've only had small parts, like the nurse in Romeo and Juliet and Snug in A Midsummer Night's Dream. Oh, and the skull from Hamlet.